Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1999 Toyota Vitz F, or Yaris if you live in Europe, or indeed if you live in Japan, because that's what it's called now. They got rid of the Vitz name for the latest generation of the Yaris, which is a world-beating Super Mini. But if you cast your minds back to 1999, Toyota was desperately trying to shake off its image that it got from the start of just being stodgy and driven by old people and being a hopeless Super Mini. And then they gave the world this, the Yaris or Vitz, where they sort of took account of European Super Minis and how popular they were, and, you know, how on the whole they were relatively okay. And they made more than a relatively okay car, a car that has truly stood the test of time. I see tons of these still around, these first-gen Yarises, because they just keep going. Not only are they sort of interesting to look at, and they had a few sort of interesting quirks inside, but they're just super reliable vehicles. You know, you see these things being used for Just Eat, Uber Eats, Food Hub, that sort of stuff. They're all battered, they all look like they want to give up, and they just keep going. And then they get exported to Africa, and they just keep going there. Do you want to know how tough the Yaris is? Azza owned one for years, and he didn't kill it. And the guy who bought it off him also hasn't killed it, despite the fact that both of them have just been attracted to crashing it into stuff. And it survived. That is a testament to a great car. And this is a great car. Truly one of the, I think, in terms of sort of Japanese cars' influence on the world, for me, speaking as a European, the Yaris is sort of one of those cornerstones of Toyota. This was sort of, Toyota really has arrived. And it was with cars like this, because they were insanely popular, and they still are, because they're incredible cars. And again, they just don't die. Anyways, in terms of Gran Turismo 2, they are not all that impressive. Front engine, front wheel drive, 194 horsepower, 731 kilos. Those are pretty sort of key car-like stats, so I don't expect this to be massively quick, but we will find out. This car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Audi TT LM Edition. That's the car set a time of 26.690. The Vitz is unlikely to beat that. In terms of where the Vitz is going to go, I mean, cars like this, Volkswagen Polo, 32.277. There's not a lot of sort of normal pedestrian super minis in the game, so there's not a lot to really compare this to. If it can get sort of under 32 seconds, I will call that good, I think, from the Vitz, but we will see. In terms of how it drives, it's pleasant. I mean, it's literally got no power. It can't not be a pleasant vehicle to drive. In case you're wondering about the Yaris's sporting credentials, it doesn't really have any. I think the Japanese did do a racing series with the Yaris. Obviously nowadays, maybe don't do that. Obviously nowadays, the Yaris is a bit of a racing royalty, because obviously you've got the rally versions and you've got the Yaris GT4, but obviously back in the days of the first gen Yaris, the hottest this got was the admittedly quite mad GT Turbo that had 150 horsepower, which in a car this size is quite wild. But yeah, there wasn't really a lot of racing credentials for this vehicle. At the end of the day, I mean, they handle fine. I mean, it's a torsion beam rear end. It's not exactly going to like light your house on fire, especially compared to something like, you know, well, I would say what Honda was offering, but Honda was offering the logo, and I don't even think that was that interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's quite top heavy. It's not really built for, I mean, it's built for this sort of stuff, sort of caning it around go-kart tracks, but it's not really built for effective competition. 31.723, I think that might actually be quicker than a couple of Celicas, which is quite embarrassing to say, if they're getting beaten by this. But no, I do think the Yaris is sort of, you know, if there was the founding sort of cornerstones of Toyota, it would be Land Cruiser, Corolla, Yaris. I don't know what the other car would be. What's another good Toyota? probably like another Corolla because the Corolla's been going on for that long. Mind you, I guess there's like the oh god, what is it? What was the one that like won Le Mans like several times over? Is it the GR010 or something? That would probably be up there. We're going to go a little bit quicker on this final lap at 31.490. Actually, quite impressive. And that sort of felt like it could have gone a little bit quicker, actually. That is a really good time from the little Vitz / Yaris. It's still weird calling it the Vitz, even though it says Vitz all over it. But, yeah. Quite a good time. I love the headlight covers as well on the race mod. It's attempting to be angry. It isn't. But it's attempting it. Yeah, that could have... Wow, actually, that could have gone them quite a bit quicker. I think there's... Is there 0.2 in that? I'm not convinced it would be that much quicker. Because that really is like Toyota Celica territory. But still, that is very, very quick. A 31.490 will place this into 309th place. Goes in between the Mitsubishi FTO and the Mazda Roadster A-Spec. It is quicker than the Celica GTR. It is quicker than every Lotus Elise barring the GT1. It's quicker than the Renault Megane Coupe. Quicker than the Lotus Elan. Quicker than the Mazda Demio GLX, although there are Demios that are quicker than this. It is quicker than the Nissan March, which is, again, sort of another Super Me, which apparently I forgot about. It's also quicker than the Starlet Galanza that we've had go around, so... I hate the Starlet Galanza, so I'm happy for that. I mean, the stuff that's beating it, I mean, you can't really say a lot. I mean, it's stuff like the Mitsubishi FTO, which absolutely should. Acura Integra, which again should. The Mini Cooper Rally thing, the Nissan Sunny. Admittedly, the Sunny was sort of very unexpected as well. But no, that is phenomenally quick. It does get beaten by the Daihatsu Sirion, though. Which is interesting because, of course, the Sirion and the Vitz / Yaris are sort of stable mates. So, yeah, apparently a Daihatsu Sirion is still going to serve you better. But, yeah, you can't argue. That was quite impressive from the old Yaris. May you live on and deliver my pizza. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.